A TikTok of a girl knocking into her bed and making a funny sound has become a viral hit. Addison's dad has responded to rumours that she's got married. Speaking of marriage, Shane Dawson got married in a hot tub, sort of. And it's the return of Question of the Week. All this plus Netflix has lost subscribers for the first time in 10 years, and experts are saying it's because they're all subscribing to YouTuber News instead, baby! It's the cool thing to do! On this week's edition of YouTuber News, hosted by me, Benedict Townsend, and brought to you by PopBuzz, the only website that just heard about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. Have you heard about this? This is mad. The memes are gonna be crazy. Our first story, a TikTok of a girl knocking into her bed and making a funny sound has become a viral hit. It's gonna be a real solid episode if this is straight out the gate. Katie Laurel posted a video where she said in the caption, "Just trying to show my fit off, but the good Lord had other plans." She sets the camera up, bless her, she moves back, knocks, I think, her elbow into her bed, makes an incredible noise, and then falls over. And this has been remixed immediately by thousands of TikTok musicians and mischievicians, including what I think the perfect remix is. If we've managed to get permission, then I'll show you some of these TikToks now.
Just haven't met you yet.
Could be a better boyfriend than him.
Tear my heart open, sew myself shut.
If we haven't had permission, then I'll just give her the old razzle dazzle, and that'll have to do instead. You don't need the head as long as you got the razzle and dazzle.
Is that what you referred to it as?
Razzle dazzle. Our second story, Addison Rae's father has responded to rumours that she secretly wed her boyfriend, Omer Fedi. The pair have been dating since late 2021, and rumours have been circling for a while that the pair might be interested in getting officially sanctioned hospital visitation rights, and indeed might have already made things official. Now, an intrepid paparazzo, truly the greatest heroes among us, a paparazzo from the Hollywood Fix, has asked Addison's dad, Monty Lopez, surely the man who would know, whether or not the pair have indeed tied the knot. To which Monty cryptically replied, "That's a little tough to say on national TV, but I'm happy with Omer. If Addison's happy, I'm happy. He's a good guy, man. We need to hang out a little more, Omer." So, neither confirmed nor denied, but one thing's for sure, we need to hang out a little bit more, Omer. God, I hope it's pronounced Omer. That's how it's spelled. I like to imagine like a group of paparazzis hanging out, like a bunch of like dudes in their 40s, just kind of smoking and be like, "Hey, you heard the latest thing about Bryce Hall? I think he's too good for her." They're on PopBuzz every day, like reading about like, you know, "Hey, you seen Euphoria last night? I was gooped and gagged." And finally, Shane Dawson has got married in a hot tub. Oh my God, so random. You can't take this guy anywhere. And not just because of the allegations, because he's so random with a capital R. He is like that girl that put that bag of frozen peas on her head. He's mental. Yes, Shane and Ryland got married. Sort of, not really. Shane posted a video called Our Wedding. They begin the video by talking about why they haven't got married, which is that it would be, quote, too much attention, which is interesting because these seem to be two people who very much enjoy getting attention. They then decide the video will consist of them getting married, but not really. They sort of get fake married in a hot tub. Honestly, the whole thing's actually pretty harmless. They didn't really do anything wrong. I'm only reporting on it to clear up the whole marriage angle, and because Shane and I dated in the late 80s and I've never got over it and I'm obsessed with him. Anytime you see me reporting on him, it is because he's the love of my life. Now, one interesting detail that stood out to me is at one point Shane jokes, "Can I get JoJo to perform at the fake wedding?" And then says, "I think I'm still too cancelled for that," which is a sort of strange self-awareness. He knows he's cancelled, but sort of joking about it. Does he think that the cancellation is justified? Because he kind of treats being cancelled like a kind of naughty slap on the wrist, rather than like a lot of stuff that went down. Either way, congratulations to the two of them on their holy matrimony. It's pretty fitting that they got married in a hot tub because Shane does spend a lot of his time in hot water. Dazzle. Now it's time for everybody's favourite segment, Chil no Nebil Kal, or for those of you who don't speak Romanian, Question of the Week. Yes, welcome back to Question of the Week. 2 weeks ago I asked you a question, quite a bold question, if I'm honest with you. And we had a plethora of answers. And let me read some of them now. Elizabeth King says, in response to question of the week, yes, I absolutely agree that Ratlandia should begin creating nuclear weapons. You can never be too careful when it comes to national security. This is what I've been saying. See, I told you. Certified Ghost says, I'm not quite sure where your calculations went wrong, but I don't think trying to explain Oreo McFlurries to Oreo the dog would end in a friendship between the two. No, that's probably correct. Probably because that would be deadly to Oreo for him to eat his own kind. Leslie says, if you were to get Nancy, the acting coach, to give Mr. Dobrik some acting lessons, I definitely think his next audition would be more successful. I don't know who you are, but you look like the type of man that can make that happen. What do you mean you don't know who I am? I explain who I am in the episode. I say it every week. That it almost implies they like tuned in halfway through the episode somehow and were like, I don't know what this is or who you are. And they do know about Nancy, they know about very specific YouTuber news lore, but they don't know who I am. And finally, Green Mint Tint says, Poppy Corby 2esh is Vinda. Can't argue with that. This has been Question of the Week. But before we close things up, here's next week's question. Ghost. So get your answers into that question in the comments section on YouTube, and I'll read some of the best ones next week. And with that, we come to the end of the show. My name is Benedict Townsend. This has been YouTuber News, and you can catch it every week on the YouTuber News YouTube channel and also on Snapchat Discover. If you haven't already, subscribe, either by hitting subscribe on YouTube or by swiping up on the last snap of this story. I'll be back next week with YouTuber News Quick Bites, and also YouTuber News on Friday. Have a great weekend, look after yourselves, and remember... What did we talk about this episode? Oh, I know. I'll go ba-da-ba-ba-da-da, and then like that, and then play the girl going bing, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.